guys, welcome to yet another edition of Celebrity Uncensored on Tlig Africa TV. Today I'm excited and pumped up because we have a phenomenal young Nigerian making waves in this industry and making a difference. Is Prince Tosin Odumosu, am I right?
Yeah, Prince
Oluwatosin Odumosu. He's a media entrepreneur and the founder of 247 Gospel Vibes. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Kenny. It's nice to be on the platform.
Yes. So let's start from scratch. So while we're off there, you spoke about starting out as an artist and evolving into a media entrepreneur. What exactly led you into that space?
All right. So it's for everyone watching out there. Right. Prince Oluwatosin Odumosu, as he has rightly said, yeah, I'm multifaceted person, entrepreneur, a digital strategist, founder 247 Gospel Vibes, and I'm also passionate about creatives, African creatives, empowering African creatives. Right. That now takes us back to your question. What led to what we're doing right now, which is 247 Gospel Vibes? What led to it? How we actually started it. So if I could remember clearly, like I said, I was an artist when we were having conversation. I'm still an artist. Yeah, I'm still actively part of a group called Joyful Sound. So we started this group about a decade and some years, 12, 13 years ago, thereabouts. I was actively involved in church music also. Right? And from there, I also enrolled in a music studio in Ijebu. For many people that might be watching this, and
you were based in Lagos?
I wasn't based in Lagos. I was based in Ijebu.
How long have you been in Lagos for now?
Well, 5, 6 years.
I used to think you're a Lagos boy.
I come from Abeokuta. I come from Ijebu.
Ooh.
To Lagos for most of the events.
Wow.
I think when we met was I can't remember.
When we met, you were not based in Lagos then. Don't tell me you were not based in Lagos then.
I can't remember when we met.
We met at this. There's this guy who organizes.
That we had CDO. I was in Lagos.
Because you look like a Lagos boy. The still on there.
The still has been there. Anyone watching will know the still.
You want me to pull out your picture?
Pull out. But the still has been there, right?
Okay.
So I was in Lagos. I was based in Ijebu. And like I said, so many people that might be watching this and are familiar with Ijebu, this place, right? They know Saxi Bridge, Mr. Cornelius Van College. So I was actively involved in the music and all that as a professional BGVs, also in that studio, right? Then what now led to opening or venturing into the media space was the fact that a lot of artists comes and a lot of gospel artists comes in and they were able to record their songs and all. Or after recording, what's the next step? How do they sell the projects? The products that they have recorded, right? How do they put it out there? And that was the gap that I saw basically, right? And it was basically the vision to bridge that gap, right? And I decided that okay, it was time. Let me start doing something that can actually help these people put their songs out there. So started with a blog.
Yeah, you started with a blog. Were you always a tech person?
I was always a media and music person. So days of Napstar, days of 2Go, days of I can't remember most of those platforms here. I used to be very active on those platforms. So I've always been interested in anything techie, anything. Okay. I'm an Angie person. I'm an Angie person. There was a day. Let's not talk about it. I actually do wiring. There was a day our TV got spoiled, and I had to just lose it. And my family knows that whatever, Prince is here for you.
Yeah. So talking about you, so now you moved from being a technical person in the art space. How did you evolve into that? Because now they give me say, they give me electronics, electrician vibes now.
Well, not electrician, but an handyman. An handyman basically can do
Can fix anything.
anything that needs to be fixed. Right? Do you need a carpenter in the house? An handyman gets it done. Do you need this? Do you need a cook? An handyman gets it done. Right? I cook.
Okay.
I cook. So an handyman gets it done. So it wasn't really fixed in
In a particular
space. But basically, it was the passion to solve problems.
Yeah.
Right? You see problems, and an handyman wants to provide solutions to it. That was basically who Prince was at that time. Right? So now venturing it was into media was the fact that I saw the gap. I decided to bridge that gap.
So did you have any kind of, because I'm very curious about somebody who is Andy. What is it related, what you do now, is it related to your course of study in school, or maybe you studied mass comm, or is it related?
I'm a graduate of accounting.
Wow, it's in the apple. Now you be Andy man, now you won't make money.
So, yeah. Well, I studied accounting. So one other story that might not be known, or I might not have said a lot of times, was the fact that I was home for about 5 years after secondary school. Five. Struggling with jam, post-jam, and all those. Right. So was within that space, I got myself really active with the music space. Was within that period of time that I got really active with the studio. Right. It was within that space also that I got really active with one other thing that I don't want to talk about. I was an event decorator.
That's beautiful.
Right. So it was within that space. I just got myself so busy with a lot of stuff.
So you learned event decoration. So you go see Sabi do one or two things now.
Yes.
Wow.
So basically it was, so I didn't have, well, after 5 years, right, when I now gained admission into school, I had to stop decoration. I had to stop quite a number of things, and it was then I ventured fully into the media space.
Wow, I have several questions in my mind about how did you, in what you do now as a media entrepreneur, how has those skill sets helped you?
Yeah.
How is it helping you now?
It has helped me, and it's still helping me. When I started, so I didn't really start as a gospel blogger when I started. I worked for roughly 2 years, several blogs. I shout out to Upper Media, something. I worked with about 2-3 other blogs. So I was already conversant with blogging. Right? Then when it was time for me to start, it was really challenging because, of course, I was still in school. I was in school, maybe second year or first year thereabouts. I was in school, and I couldn't afford to pay everybody that was needed on that team to get the vision activated or actualized. We need a writer, we need a graphic designer, we need a web designer, we need a video editor,
a photographer,
and all that. So I had to learn these things on the go. Right. So I learned video editing, I learned camera handling,
so you can design graphics now?
I do graphic design. I'm a digital strategist. Right. Everything digital. I'm fully into digital marketing also.
Now let's talk about gospel. Why did you decide to now focus on the niche, the gospel music industry? Because people think it's not profitable. Do you think it's profitable or not? We'll start from there.
We should start from there. Was the gospel music space profitable? Wasn't really profitable, or let me say, depending on your definition of profit, right? But if you are looking at the monetary side of profit, wasn't really profitable. Right? Someone might say, "Yeah, I'm getting my profit from God." The heavens are writing my name down, and they are thinking that this person has blessed the life, has blessed the. That's the side of profit. You get what I'm saying? But if you are talking about the monetary side of it, it wasn't really profitable. And that was the reason why I said I couldn't even afford to have 2-3
pay some of your staff.
as a star to pay. But is it getting better? Yes.
Hmm.
Yes, it's getting better. For about 3, 4, 5 years,
Yes.
you discover that the gospel space is getting
But what's responsible? Sorry for interrupting you. What's responsible? What do you think is responsible for that sudden growth? Do you think it's as a result of as social media contributed to the growth, or
Yeah.
maybe our people are becoming more receptive? Because the one thing about the gospel music space is the gospel itself, when it comes to for those who speak, preachers, people don't like to monetize
Yeah.
things. They believe do it for God. So an artist will come from Zamfara to come and minister in. I've heard stories of a group like Midnight Crew. There was a story that they attended on events from maybe they moved from Lagos to out of town and they were just given an envelope
I'm
that
not new to that story, or that story is not
they
new,
need to.
right? And that's just one of so many stories in that line also, right? And that's just what it is. But we need to understand that it's one of the misconceptions we have in the industry right now. That artists should not charge. Because Tunsi Oyekon is saying I'm not charging.
Because I asked my last guest on the show. I asked him, was it him? I asked. Okay, it wasn't my last guest. It was I was at an event where I spoke with Monique.
Okay.
So and she answered beautifully well. She's watching this video. She killed that question.
Shout out to Monique also.
Yeah, shout out to Monique wherever you are. Thank you for shedding light on that issue. Because she said, I asked her at the event that it was a movie premiere, and I asked her that Pastor Nat said God told him not to charge. And so, what does she feel about artist charging? So she said, yeah, it's dependent on your personal instruction. She said she has not been instructed not to charge. You understand? The challenge we also have is that some Christians now use somebody else's templates. They now use personalities, Nat's templates to now
operate.
I say, why you do it?
And most times from the what do you call it? Maybe the pastors or the church organizers or the concert organizers, they use that template to say because this particular person in the industry is not charging. So you don't see there's no reason for you who haven't even gotten to a level of maybe recognition of as that person. But the truth of the matter is we need to understand that the instruction Pastor Nat got, like Monique said, the instruction Pastor Nat got is different from the instruction I have get. Right. Pastor Nat, I can't really say for a fact. But right now, I'm sure Pastor Nat is not signed on any record.
I don't think so.
Right. So I had to put that disclaimer because it might not be openly pronounced, or it might not just be openly pronounced, but I'm sure it's not signed under any record. So if my record label or whoever is my investor and all that has invested a lot of money into what I am doing as an artist, it's the business side of things. We need to understand that there is the music, there is the artistic part of it, and there's the business side of things. The business side is I'm giving this product, I'm making this investment in this product. When this product is being pushed out or is being sold, I should make a certain level of profit, or I should even make my capital back. Because if everyone now decides that an artist that has recorded a song, or as some artists are not songwriters, right? They buy the lyrics from some person.
Somebody, yeah.
I've paid certain amount of money to get the lyrics from this person. I pay a certain amount of money to the producer. I pay a certain amount of money to the mixing engineer. And I pay a certain amount of money to the mastering engineer.
Mixing
and mastering are two different things.
What's the difference?
Production, mixing, and mastering are three different things. Right? Some producers can get the three done.
Some can only produce, they can't mix.
Some can produce, they can't mix. Some can mix, they cannot master a song.
What does that mastering entail?
Mastering is just part of the final output of the project.
So after a song has been mixed,
can can say the high is here, the low is here, the tenor should be sounding this way, the lead
Should come
be
up
high
higher.
and all that. That is mixing. Mixing is now balancing all the instruments, the vocals, the elements in the music, balancing it so that it sounds certain way that it should be sounding. The volume, quite a number of things are put in. I'm not a mastering engineer, right? So I cannot really be technical about some of those things, but that's just what it is. The mixing can say, put the high, put the low, put the keyboard here, reduce the keyboard.
The bass is too loud.
The bass is too loud. The bass, this is how I want the bass to sound here. When the bass gets to the verse of the song, drop it. When it gets to the chorus, increase it so that people can feel the vibe. They can feel. That's basically.
Or the drums, the kick needs to
come up. That's mixing. Production is laying all the templates. The vocals, the song, the lead, the backup, the BGVs, the keyboard, the everything. Those are templates, right? Laying it, that's production. After production, you now say, okay, it's time to mix. Now, how creative can we be with our mixing? Now depends on whoever is the mixing engineer.
Beautiful.
Or whoever is the artist that, some artists even have how they want their songs to be mixed. So after you've spent a lot of money on, all that channels, and you spent quite a number of money also on promotion. We're just talking about one project.
Let me get back to the question, because I know
that's where we are going. That's where we are going, right? So that's just one project, one product. So we have 3, 4, 5 songs in an EP. We have 15 songs in an album. An artist can release about 3 EPs, 4 EPs, or 5 albums before he's known. Before one of the songs becomes a hit. You get what I'm saying? Why some artists are very lucky to, just one EP and they're out there already. You get what I'm saying? Those are investments. So if I'm now coming out and you are now saying I should not charge. So what happens to my investments? What happens to my investments? What happens to how much I've spent on this? What even happens to the guy? So for a one person, one man band, or how do we call it? What to call it? The person that you just call and the person just shows up and is able to sing without backups, without BGVs, without instruments and all that. Yeah, fine. You can say we are giving you this certain amount of money. But somebody that is coming with a full band of 12, 13, they are saying we can only give you 50,000 naira. 50,000 sometimes does not even cater for transport. 10,000 naira does not even do anything. And everyone I'm bringing on board are professionals in their space. The bassist is a professional in his space. The guitarist is a professional in his space. The BGV alone is a professional in her space or in his space. And I can have about 3, 4, 5 BGVs. The drummer is a professional doing great stuff. So I'm bringing these people together and you're giving me 50,000 naira to travel all the way from Ikorodu to Lekki. Transportation. Right? Or to say all the way from Abeokuta to Lagos. Look at the distance. Right? So should they charge? Should they not charge? I believe we can answer that.
Yes.
Right. So what made the industry get better?
That's my question.
That's the question. What made the industry get better before we now got into this other question?
Well, I like the fact that you were able to address
so what
those
made
issues.
the industry get better in the last 3, 4, 5 years? Right? Is, of course, social media has contributed a lot. Social media has contributed a lot to the acceptance of Christian content. The rise of new content creators have contributed a lot.
I also think there's also okay, you want to say something? Okay, go on.
So the rise of new Christian content creators have contributed a lot, right? And I want to say the rise of new gospel music artists.
New Christian content creators, new gospel.
They are normal content creators. Everybody is a content creator. Right? This might not really be a Christian content creation platform, right? But we are basically dealing with gospel music, right?
Yes.
So the rise of people like you have given
other people
voices, have given the light to
Mm.
some other people, right? Some other, right? So I lost my thoughts, right? But what I was trying to say is, yeah, now that is for content creators, but for artists like Limo Blaze,
Mm.
artists like An Endless Ocean,
Great man,
Great
Takit,
Man Taki,
Gaze.
Gaze Baba, the rise of artists like Jonathan McReynolds, the rise of artists like I can't. I think we can. But you understand
Yeah.
what I'm saying. The rise of people like this have given the sound, gospel music, giving it a different shape.
Mm.
That yes, gospel music can be accepted in the Christian space, and it can also be balanced and accepted in the what do we call it, the market space.
So I like this where we are moving right now, but we're going to go on the short break. When we come out from the break, I'm going to ask you questions around how Afrobeats, has been fused into gospel music. Like you mentioned some name, Afrobeats and hip hop. Because there are some gospel songs you hear, you'll be like, oh, wow, see the vibe, see the beat, and it's still very gospel, it's still spirit-filled lyrics, it's still, because a lot of people actually believe gospel music is worship, is slow beat, or they actually believe. We go on the short break. When we come back from the break, the conversation continues. Stay with us, don't go away, we'll be right back. When you're looking for a show that is exciting, inspiring, and uncensored, stop right here. This is where you meet your favorite celebrities in an uncensored manner. My name is Kehinde Ajose, and I'm the host of Celebrity Uncensored on Tlig Africa TV. Join me every week for fresh episodes of Celebrity Uncensored on Tlig Africa TV. Don't miss it. Hi guys, welcome back from the break. This is still Celebrity Uncensored on Tlig Africa TV, and we've been having a wonderful time so far. I still have with me here Prince Oluwatosin Odumosu, the founder of 247 Vibes, Gospel Vibes. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you.
So before we went on the break, I wanted to delve into the how Afrobeats as how gospel artists have started being influenced by Afrobeat. What's your take on that?
So my take should be, or I should say that it's not the fact that they are being influenced by Afrobeat or Afro whatever
Afro-pop.
whatever genre we are talking about, the genre of music, right? So should gospel artists not tap into any genre? They are allowed to tap into all genres of music. And that's why those days we have rap artists. Now they are called CHH and all that. They were not so much accepted, right? But of course, right now, quite a number of them, with the likes of Great Man Taki also being a rap artist, also infusing his rap and all that into his music. You get what I'm saying? So is Afrobeat or Afro whatever, Afro pop, Afro influencing gospel artists? No. They are only tapping into other
Genres
of music that they are open to. Right. So now the question should now be, what exactly is the gospel? Gospel itself. So when you know what the gospel is and you know what a music is, infusing the gospel and the music together, irrespective of the genre that you are on. That is why an artist can do slow music, and you can call it tempo music, worship, all these kind of music that can be sung in church, right? Why there are some songs that will not be tempo, they are not tempo, they cannot be sung in church.
Some people regard tempo music as gospel music. Is tempo music gospel music?
Tempo music is one of the forms of gospel music. And what makes tempo music? The songs that can be sung in church. There are some songs now that once it's released, they cannot be sung in church.
Why can't they be sung in church?
Because of the vibe that needs to, some kind of, like we say, mindset, mentality of some set of churches, right? That there is a way a church vibe should be felt. It's our only space, it's our only land. What we want to be doing is praise to God and worship to God. the kind of music that brings down the glory and say, yes, I'm all in awe of God and all that. Those are songs that are temple music, or that were regarded to, or are still being regarded to as temple music. But there are songs that, just like saying I should sing worship songs at my wedding reception. I need to dance.
You can still sing worship song.
Yeah, we will, because we need to worship God. Because we need to worship Him. Let's do that in church. We want to.
So what kind of?
We want to celebrate. We need songs, and that is why you see gospel Christians, not even gospel Christians. They do the church, and once they are done in church, they go to reception and all kind of music that they can vibe to. We need more people that can give us songs that people can vibe to, Christians can vibe to, even outside of church.
I think it's even changing now. What would you say about the change?
It has changed.
Because the change, and we have to go give kudos to this. There's something they call themselves, this Afro gospel guys. Because hey bro, those guys, it seems to be the office.
And the likes of new DJs coming up. Like if we are giving credit to the artist, we should also give credit to the DJs. Shout out to DJ Onfure, shout out to DJ NST, shout out to DJ Chris, and quite a number of other DJs, gospel DJs, right? So they are also balancing it.
You mentioned the DJs. Now, I've also noticed that, thank God you mentioned that, because in your space, why is it that DJs are not visible, are not as visible? I know DJ Onfure and I think NST or something.
Yeah, DJ NST.
Why is that they are not that visible compared to the so-called artists? What do you think is responsible? Although they are visible in some places, but as they look calm, be like say.
I mentioned DJ Mani. DJ Mani is in Port Harcourt. If I'm not mistaken. Well-known gospel DJ along that side. I mentioned DJ Onfure. DJ Onfure is well-known in Lagos. I mentioned DJ NST. DJ NST is because we have a few of them. You get what I'm saying? So we don't have so many of them. Like we have a lot of gospel artists in Lagos. We have a lot of gospel artists in Port Harcourt. We have a lot of gospel artists in Abuja. We have just few, very few. These people I made mention of right now, they are like lines apart. Lagos, Abuja, and quite a number of them also. So that could be one of the reasons why they might not be so known, like you said, right? But I believe they are still known. And of course, we also need to give credit to them and also encourage them to do more to make themselves visible.
Okay, let's talk about the Christian creative space.
Okay.
From music to movies to content creation to events. You are a dominant force in that space. And in the past couple of years, I've seen a lot of growth. There's been events, different activations that are not necessarily church-centric.
Exactly.
Like December, like we say December, events go yapa. Like I know some people don't plan say this December. And I like the fact that, like I said to you, in those days we didn't used to have options.
Right.
When in December they come like this, you go on the club or you don't the reason secular artists. But I think it's time with this Cool FM praise jams. Inspiration FM, Praise Jams, City FM, and people started, shout out to those brands. People now started saying, come on. Because if those people are not creating the platforms for these artists and DJs, nothing will happen. What would you say about that growth in the Christian creative space? And now social media has also, helped the
growth has been remarkable. We are just getting there. There's a lot that needs to stay. But the growth has been remarkable. Shout out to the platforms and all that, creating the brands, creating these platforms for visibility for people. Shout out to Instagram, Facebook, and all, giving the social media space to as many creative entrepreneurs and all that as we can have. Right? So the growth has been remarkable. That's just it.
Let's talk about churches. Okay, you want to say something?
Yeah, I said a lot just needs to be done. And the truth is, we need to still try as much as possible to be innovative enough and also understand our audience and the kind of event, the kind of stuff that we can do that will attract these people. These people are ready to listen. These people are ready to see gospel people, Christians now paying for events.
Do Christian pay for events?
Christian pays for it.
I'm saying should Christians, because some people say people shouldn't pay.
They should not pay for events.
They believe
who will pay the bouncer?
They believe why
who will pay for the lights? Who will pay for the stage construction?
Even the hall.
The hall. Let's say we're even using an open space. A lot of money also. Whatever is it that we are paying in Nigeria for event as gate fee is just a drop of water on what it costs to organize a proper event. How much are we paying for gate fee? 5,000.
I think we have. I also wanted to address this mindset of free in this gospel industry space, because maybe because of an event like the Experience.
Right.
You now come, you see like maybe 20 artists perform for free. Those artists are paid though.
Right.
But if people believe,
Well, shout out to
House on the Rock.
House on the Rock. Shout out to Pastor Paul and the wife and quite a number of persons. Also, shout out to other platforms,
other churches supporting
and brands supporting that kind of event. Right. But that event has gotten to a stage that it can basically get sponsors and people rally around there to say, yes, we are giving you this certain amount of money as sponsors, as partners, or even if they don't have, right? The Lord has blessed the platform enough to say, yeah, we want to. I can't really say specifics because I'm not involved in the planning and all that of that kind of event. I'm just saying if we are organizing or putting that kind of event, or we are behind that kind of event as a event management company or something like that. These are some of the things that we shoot out for. Brand sponsors, brand this, brand that, and all that. But if we are not getting that kind of, a lot of events are coming up. They still need finance. They need finance to get it done. So because House on the Rock is giving it for free, does not mean another church or another event or another should also make the event. It's still part of the misconceptions we are talking about, because a particular authority in the space has already given a template or something. Does not mean that template works for everybody. Does not mean the template works for everybody. There's a template recently which I released, EPK template, right, for artists. It's an EPK template, electronic press kit template. You can decide to what do we call it now? To modify it to your brand. When I send an EPK template to you, you modify it to suit Kenny or you get. I modify it to suit my brand also. It's a template. That's why it's called template. We are not allowed to take it hook, line, and sinker. You get. So if House on the Rock is doing it for free, and the TBS is being jam-packed with, a lot of people. House on the Rock has started publicity already. Experience has started. If you check Instagram, you see publicity for the Experience already. But a lot of money has been.
Now, let me ask you. There's this. I want to put you on the spot a bit. Do you believe gospel artists don't support each other enough? Because I also feel like I've asked a lot of artists this question.
Can it be done better? Yes.
I don't feel there's even an improvement.
There's an improvement.
Because those days.
There's an improvement. There were days when it was so hard for gospel artists to support each other, because we all see ourselves as competitors. We should do more of collaboration than competing. And this is not a message to gospel artists. This is a message to everybody out there. We should do more of collaboration than competition. So, are gospel artists getting better at supporting each other? Yes. But can it be done better? We can do more. We can do more. That's just it. And it's not to artists only. We have media outfits, media organizations, and all that also. Let's do a lot of collaborations. More. I belong to an association, International Association of Christian Media Practitioners, ISEMP. Okay. and we have about 70 media practitioners on that platform
Mm.
in that association, not Lagos only, not restricted to Nigeria only,
That's beautiful.
right? And I'm just sending this message also to everyone. Let's just collaborate more. Let's collaborate more. It's I get emotional
Passionate
with it.
about
I
it.
get emotional with it. Let's just collaborate more because there's a lot we can achieve. There's a lot we can achieve as a body. There's a lot we can achieve. You are just doing a lot as an individual, but as a body, there's a lot that can be achieved.
Let me ask you two more questions. My question now is what are the common errors gospel artists make when it comes to their career, maybe from promotion, maybe from marketing to promotion to engaging with the fans and stuff like that? Just mention two, because I know me if he become master class.
Because it's always the masterclass. I recently just organized the music business masterclass. Yeah. It's always like that. So conversations with me are always masterclass, right? But yeah, so let me just mention two. Neglecting branding and just focusing so much on the music.
When you say branding,
Branding as an artist, you need a brand. It's a brand that people interact with. Even the way your music sounds, the way you dress, the way you appear, the way you appear on social media. Right? It's part of the brand. The kind of output, the kind of outfit, your appearance, and people like, let's talk about branding. Messaging, you see a beret. Is it beret?
right? Indicate, yeah.
We have eyeglasses. We have
This guy, Neon. You see his face cap.
Right? We have Neon. We have Nathaniel Bassi. No, Dunsi Oyekon. White.
That's white.
We have Yada. Fascinator. Right? We have Joe Breeze. White. Branding. The way you want to be perceived. You put it together. I'm not talking about outfit only. Branding is a lot. So let's not turn this into a masterclass.
And Pastor Nat, too, can say Pastor Nat is branded. It's just, I think it's simplicity.
No, it's his brand.
It is a brand, yeah. Simple,
yes, or white or something. That's his brand. That's his brand. You get what I'm saying? So the other one I want to talk about is not making use of social media. A lot of artists just or less focus on promotion, because using social media effectively is also part of promotion. A lot of artists just believe that once I do this, once I have recorded this song, this needs to go far and wide.
To go viral.
To go viral.
But that is not to say that can't happen, though.
It happens. Or the Holy Spirit will do his work. God will do his work. Will do his work. You also have your own work. Right? The Holy Spirit will read on your efforts.
I like that.
Not just say you drop one talent somewhere, you expect it to multiply. Do you understand what I'm saying, right? So that's just it. So use social media effectively. Create as many content. We are in an era where everybody is now a content creator. Because you need content to sell whatever products you have out there. You get? Is it a song? Is it a merch? Is it this? Is it that? Whatever it is, you need content. So as an artist, you need to try as much as possible to also be a content creator. Let people know that side of you. Some set of people, you just think that they don't even eat seba or they don't do this, they don't do that. Because that lifestyle part of them is not known. It's just song.
That's why I also like people like because people see these guys as role models.
Yeah.
The likes of Pastor Nat and Mr. Dunsi. You see that at times they don't just post about the song. There was a recent picture Mr. Dunsi posted about, I think he posted himself and Lovoga, Bishop Oyedepo's daughter. I think we were just at an event, we were just laughing. We shared the picture. From time to time, Pastor Nat also
try to showcase
yeah. At times we just ask questions about maybe brothers in church.
Right.
Personality
outside music, and same with Messaging, this fun vibe kind of personality. I've forgotten the name. there's a name she calls it.
That character.
That character, right?
It looks like a baby.
Yeah, right. This lady also, this lady
GK?
that sings with Pasonat.
So.
Victoria Orenze.
Pastor Victoria, yeah. She's now,
Yeah.
because I think most of them are even becoming more flexible. Because those days,
Exactly.
it used to be very.
Because now people are interested in your personality more than your product. You need to your personality.
Dropping gems.
It's your personality that will sell the product. People, there's something we call KLT. No, like
And trust, yeah.
People need to know, they need to like, they need to trust you. The personality does all that, not your product. When I trust you, I buy into whatever product you are.
Fantastic.
You are dishing out. So that's
fantastic. Fantastic. These are all these things we don't draw. A master class. So you guys should come for his master class. So final words, I just wanted to encourage, because I also know that there are Christians in different spaces. Entertainment, politics, banking, finance, agriculture, fashion, lifestyle. But I don't want to say we. I'm making an open myself for trouble. But you see that Christians don't support each other. Some Christian causes. Now you find out that a Christian might be the brand manager of a brand. I know those brands might not necessarily tilt towards gospel music, or it might not be towards, but there are some other things you can still support. Because you can't say you're a Christian and you're not promoting the gospel. You can't.
What makes you a Christian?
Because I believe you're an ambassador wherever you are, you're a minister wherever you are. The ministry is not.
We are not talking about you posting Bible verses and all.
Every day. It's not even about that. Use your influence. Use your hand. That's the word. How do you think Christians in various industries can use their influence to push? Because the secular guys in quotes, they do it. But it will amaze you that it is Christians in non-secular gatherings that are pushing it. Some of them are artist managers. I'm not saying they shouldn't even do it, but let me allow you to answer the question.
Okay, so now that you talked about artist management, right? Thank God for how far 247 have come. 247 Gospel Vibes. Right? We recently celebrated 10 years as a brand.
10 years? You've been in this for 10 years?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So we recently celebrated 10 years as a brand. And we are tilting towards management and behavioral side. Next couple of years. So we are tilting towards artist management. At the moment, we have 2 artists that we're managing, like Billy Knock and Joyful Sounds.
Joyful Sound, is it a group?
Sounds is a group.
Of how many people?
7.
7, okay.
So, and that is just a side, right? But how do Christians, we need to just understand that we can fulfill purpose. That's one thing I want to do. I recently said in a conversation also. Irrespective of where you are, fulfill purpose. Let your light so shine before men. That they see your good works. Once they see it, I don't need to come to the office today and say, yeah, guys, let's gather and let us pray.
That old ends and
we now start revival. Right? You don't need to as a Christian. But in your acts, the way you love people, the way you perform your act excellently, people know you're a Christian and people are learning from you. Right? Whether they are telling you or they tell you that will be my mentor or not, or whether people are learning. So wherever we find ourselves, let our message and our purpose in life and our lives just shine. Right? And the message we are talking about, preaching the gospel and all that, it's already been preached. If you are able to do this, it's already been preached. Right? Not until you open Bible and start saying this and that. A lot of people will be drawn to Christ because of the personality.
Fantastic. A lot of people will be drawn to Christ through your personality, and I've had such an amazing time with a great personality here. Prince Oluwatosin Odumosu, thank you for coming on the show, and we wish you the best in the next decade of 247 Gospel Vibes. We pray it grows from strength to strength, and you keep making impact and touching lives. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you very much.
That has been today's edition of Celebrity Uncensored. Thank you for joining us, and I'll be right back with another fantastic episode Keep living your dreams. God bless you.